I think Vimalji is muted.
Is it better now? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, we can hear. Thank you. Thank you for coming and doing this. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
So thanks to the rain, we have friends in India also joining us today in our first Zoom Pranayama Yoga session with Vimalji. Vimal is a good friend of ours. He's lived in Columbia, Missouri for decades. He's a computer specialist engineer, but he is also, I would not only say a yoga teacher or yoga master, but he's a sincere practitioner of yoga for several decades. In that, I asked him, Sundays you teach us yoga, how many other times do you do? He said, every day. I wake up at 3 in the morning. I'm doing yoga anyway for 3 hours every day before I start my day. See, that is coming out of his who he naturally is. So that is what makes his teaching and experience so valuable to all of us, so that we can learn yoga not only as a posture, not only as a mind-body connection, but also as a way of life itself, so that we will be able to better cope with our life challenges and optimize our life experience itself. Thanks to enthusiasm and energy that the ancient traditions of yoga we can learn from Vimal. So I'm going to request everyone to mute your mic and we'll hand over the uh, video and controls to Vimal so that he can move forward with the yoga session for us.
Hi, Prasad. Hi, Prasad.
So I've muted everyone, and Vimal, I request you to unmute yourself and go ahead and get started. Thanks so much, Vimal, once again for doing this wonderful session to help all our friends to cope with the COVID challenges and life challenges and come out the best possible selves of ourselves. Thank you. You'll have to unmute yourself, Vimal, and we can start.
Okay. Now I'm unmuted. So, am I audible now?
We can hear you.
You can hear this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Anandji. It's always a pleasure to do this satsang with all of you together. And since it is a rainy day today, we are just practicing everything we do on regular Sundays on Zoom. So some of the participants are new today. I'll just quickly take a minute or two to explain what this program is all about, what we practice here, and how it is important to practice some of those things we do here. So what we practice here is called integrated yoga. Our entity consists of body, mind, and soul. So we have to do specific yoga techniques for each of our entities. So for body, we do science of yoga, which includes asana, pranayama, and all. For mind, you have to keep applying philosophy of yoga. Just ensure that how we perceive things, how we understand different dealings and transactions, that's very important. So that's philosophy of yoga, which is for tuning our minds. And then third, most important, is devotional yoga, which is sort of moving away from body and mind and then connect with the universal supreme power. And that we do by reciting Ved mantras, singing devotional songs. And most of what we are doing is very scientifically proven. So when it comes to science of yoga, there are a number of researches from top universities across the world saying these poses help in these diseases, pranayam helps in curing these breathing issues and other issues. When it comes to practicing spirituality, even for that also there are researches which sort of concludes that practicing spirituality removes even chronic illness. And finally, devotional yoga, when we forget ourselves, when we move beyond body and mind, the body produces hormone which gives the feeling of euphoria and happiness. And that's the main thing, which is our objective of life should be to stay happy and calm in all situations. So with that, we'll start with the first part of the yoga session. When we start yoga, our mind should be very calm. Our surroundings should be calm. We just do 1 or 2 minutes of Ved mantra recitation, which will sort of get our mind ready for receiving the wisdom of yoga and practice of various yoga techniques. You can close your eyes and either listen to the mantras, or while you are listening to the mantras, you can also visualize something like pouring milk on Shivlingam, because I am reciting right now some of the mantras from Shukla Yajurveda, which are part of Rudrabhishek. Om Swasti Indro Ridashavaha Swasti Naha Pukha Vishwavedaha Swasti Nastaraksho Arishthanemihi Swasti No Brihaspati Dadatu Paya Prathivyam Paya Okhadi Supayo Divyantarikshe Payo Dhaha Paya Swatihi Pradishaha Santu Mayamma Vishnu Raratamati Vishnoho Tapeso Vishnoho Surasi Vishnu Dhruvosi Vaishnavamasi Vishnave Sva Agnidevata Vasu Devata Surjo Devata Chandrama Devata Vasavo Devata Rudra Devata Ditya Devata Maruto Devata Vishwe Deva Devata Brihaspati Devatendro Devata Varuno Devata Om Sadyo Jatam Prapadyami Sadyo Jataya Vai Namo Namaha Bhave Bhave Nati Bhave Bhavasvamam Bhavodbhavaya Namaha Vamadevaya Namo Jeshthaya Namaha Shresthaaya Namo Rudraya Namah Kalaya Namah Kalavikarnaya Namo Balavikarnaya Namo Balaya Namo Balapramatnaya Namah Sarvabhuta Dhamanaya Namo Manonmanaya Namaha Aghoribhyo Tagoribhyo Ghora Ghora Tarebhyaha Sarvebhya Sarvasharvebhyo Namaste Astu Rudra Rupebhyaha Om Tatpurukhaya Vidmahe Mahadevaya Dhimahi Tanno Rudra Prachodayat Ishana Sarva Vidyanam Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Brahmadipate Brahmanodipate Brahma Shivo Me Astu Sadashivom. So now first thing we do is you can all stand up and we'll do practice of yoga asana and some other yoga subtle techniques. So what we'll do is we'll start with first thing, which is called salutation to Lord Shiva for giving us the gift of yoga, and we'll just say Om Namah Shivaya thrice. And the way you say Om Namah Shivaya is 2 seconds, 2, 3 seconds, and Ma 5 seconds. So this is how it is said. Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Namah Shivaya. Once you offer salutation to Lord Shiva, first thing we do is yogic warm up. This is called Ridgati. So all you have to do is stand in the place and then move your hands back and forth and move your legs up and down. Try to hit yourself on your back like this, right? And then breathe in, breathe out loudly while you are doing this. After doing Ridgati for a couple of minutes, which will sort of make your muscles flexible, get your body ready for practice of difficult and intermediate poses, we'll just do some subtle exercises. This one is called Mani Shakti Vikasak. While we catch our breath, we can do this. Keep your feet together, stretch your arms forward, and then roll your wrists upwards and then downward. Very slowly. Roll your wrist upwards and then downwards. Again, clench your fist, thumb inside the fist, drop your wrist, and then raise your wrist. Drop your wrist, raise your wrist. Then roll your wrist like this, and then reverse. Now keeping hands in front of chest, we'll repeat the same thing. Keeping fingers together, just wrist movement. No other body movement, only wrist movement. Keeping fingers together, roll your wrist upwards and then bring the wrist downwards. Roll your wrist upwards and then bring the wrist down. Again, clench your fist, thumb inside, drop your wrist, raise your wrist. Okay. Now, next is Skand Shakti Vikasa, keeping all the fingers together. Raise the fingers on your shoulders and then roll your arms. These subtle exercises are very easy to do, very effective also. Very few exercises are easy and effective also, and these are those subtle exercises. Especially in old age, people develop a lot of problems like a stiff shoulder, carpal tunnel, canine practice in fingers. So these Mani Shakti Vikasa and Skand Shakti Vikasa are very helpful in preventing such problems. Next one we'll do is Griva Shakti Vikasa for neck, keeping hands around your thighs. Just move your head upwards very slowly and then bring it downwards. So slowly inhale while you are moving your head upwards and then exhale when you bring it downwards. Now turn your head towards your left and then slowly bring it towards your right. Move your head towards your left and then towards your right. Next one is called Netra Shakti Vikasa for your eyes, keeping head and neck still. Just turn your eyeballs towards your extreme left and then slowly bring your gaze towards your right. Again, turn towards your left and then slowly bring it towards your right. Now look upwards and then bring your gaze downwards. Look upwards and then bring your gaze downwards. Again, try to make sure that only eyeball movement, no head movement, just eyeball movement. Next one is Karna Shakti Vikasak. I'll just come closer to the camera and then show it first how it works. So in Karna Shakti Vikasak, you have to block your ears with your thumbs, close your eyes with index finger, nostrils with middle finger, ring finger above lips, little finger below lips, and then inhale through mouth, making circle-like shape from mouth like this. After you inhale, you have to puff your mouth with air like this. And then you have to hold the breath for a comfortable duration. It's important to retain the breath for, let's say, 20 seconds, or if you can do it even for 1 minute, that is still better. So inhale, puff your mouth, and then hold like this. You have to bring your chin down while you are holding it, and keep holding it for more than 20 seconds, as much as you can. When you want to exhale, come back to normal and exhale through mouth again, like this. So both inhale and exhale through mouth, like this. That's Karna Shakti Vikasak. Now after Karna Shakti Vikasak, we'll practice Surya Namaskar now. So Surya Namaskar is a set of 12 poses, and there are two ways you can do Surya Namaskar. One is with breathing pattern, another is without breathing pattern. So we'll first do it without breathing pattern, as some of you may be doing it for first time along with us. So we'll start with Pranayama Session, stand erect with palms together, fingers pointing upwards, and then thumb touching the chest. So that's Pranayama Session. We'll breathe in, breathe out 5 times, very slowly. Next is Hastottanasana, stretch your arms upwards, arch your body backward. Next one is Padhastasana. Bend forward without bending your knees. Place the hands on either side of your feet. And if you cannot reach back to the extent you can reach, just maintain your posture with that position. And then if you are able to touch your feet on ground and rest your palms on ground and move your head closer to your knees without bending your legs. Next is Ashwasanchalana. Now move your left leg backward, keeping right foot firm, and then placing hands on either side of your right foot. Move your head upwards and then look upwards. Next is Parvatasana. Bring both the feet together and form a mountain-like pose like this. Both feet are together. Both hands should be touching your ear, and elbows and knees should not bend. Next is Ashtanga Namaskar. Just bring your knees down and then bring your chest down and rest your chin also on ground. This is called Ashtanga Namaskar. On your toes, knees, chest, arms, and chin. These are the 8 parts that are touching the body, and that's why it's called Ashtanga Namaskar. Next is Bhujangasana. Flatten your feet, straighten your arms, arch your body, roll your head towards your legs, and then look upward. Again, Parvatasana. Now bring your left foot between the 2 hands and then roll your head upwards and look upwards. Padhasana again, bring both the feet together, bend forward without bending the knees, and try to touch ground with hands. And if you can rest your palms on ground, then move your head closer to your knees. So Dhanasana again. And then Pranayama. I just go with instructions so all of you can practice the same thing with breathing pattern. Start with Pranayama, exhale. Dhanasana, inhale. Padhasana, exhale. Ashwasanchalana, inhale. Parvatasana, exhale. Ashtanga Namaskar, maintain post-exhale state. Bhujangasana, inhale. Parvatasana, exhale. Ashwasanchalana, inhale, left foot between 2 hands. Padhasana, exhale. Ashtanga, inhale. And then Pranayama, exhale. Great. I hope everyone is doing very well. And now, Next one is Urdhva stretch your arms forward, interlock fingers like this, and then stretch your arms upward, and then turn your body towards your left. And if you notice, both the hands should be touching your ears. So this is how it should be performed, and then again, breathe in, breathe out 5 times while you are maintaining this posture. And then repeat the same for your right side. Now we'll do some sitting poses. First one is called Muktasana, like this. Muktasana is practiced like this. Beautiful pose. That's easy to practice. Releases excess air from body. Reduces belly. Good pose for meditation and improving concentration also. So each of these sitting poses you can do as long as you want, but minimum at least be in these poses for a minute or so. Now next one is called Vajrasana. You have to fold your legs like this and then sit on top of your legs, keeping the toes together, knees wide apart. Sit on top of your legs like this. Next one is called Simhasana. You can balance your body on your toes like this. Now bring your chin down. Open your mouth as much as you can. Stretch tongue outside mouth as much as you can. Then look at spot between eyebrows and then roar loudly. This is an amazing pose which looks very easy, sometimes funny also, but brings in great benefits. It improves respiratory system, removes congestion in vocal cords, strengthens teeth and gums. When you stretch your mouth so much like this, it helps in dissolving wrinkles on the face. It removes the stress. When you roar loudly, you sort of get your confidence back, and then you think that you can control every situation. So, beautiful pose with many benefits. And when we talk about stress, we'll continue with another pose, which is also a good pose for removing stress. Very simple pose, very effective, and it completely relaxes your body. This is called Makarasana. All you have to do is lie down on the stomach like this and stretch your arms forward and then place one hand on top of another like this and rest your forehead on ground. Next one we'll do is Yoga Nidra. Now lie down on your back, assume corpse pose, Shavasana, and then palms facing upward, legs fully free. Completely release control over your body. Feel completely free. There should not be any stress in any part of body. And then start intensely feeling each and every part of body. And while you feel it intensely, bringing all your attention on that part, breathe out and breathe in very slowly. So you have to start with little toe on your left foot. Feel it intensely. And while you are feeling it, take deep breath in and deep breath out. Very slow inhale, very slow exhale, while you are with focus, intensely feeling the little toe. Likewise, you cover all your toes, ankles, knees, all organs in abdomen, move upwards, and then cover everything in your face, and then go all the way up to top of your head. Each part of body, you have to feel it intensely, and then move upward. Now we'll start practice of pranayama. see if you can keep your video on and you can mute your audio. That way, I'll be able to see some of you at least. Yeah, that will just help me ensure that I'm still with all of you. I have not lost you and you are all still there. Yeah, very good. We'll start with practice of pranayama now. First is Anulom Vilom Pranayama. You have to block your left nostril with your thumb and then inhale through right nostril very slowly. After you inhale with the last two fingers, you block your right and then exhale through left. Again inhale through left and then exhale through right. Side you are inhaling, you exhale from opposite side, and side you are exhaling, you inhale from same side. Next one is called Bhastrika Pranayama. Longer inhale, normal exhale. Just stretch your chest upwards when you are inhaling and then keep inhaling very slowly, and then when you want to exhale, exhale very normally. Like this. Kapalbhati Pranayama is exactly opposite. Normal inhale, extended exhale, and like this. When you have to start your exhale, you have to just contract your abdomen muscles. There's a little technique you have to use to stretch your exhale like this. So start with Anulom Vilom Pranayama so that it removes the congestion in your nasal cavity. So that's Anulom Vilom. Bhastrika clears your lungs and it removes any impurities around your lungs. So that's Bhastrika. And then Kapalbhati is extremely powerful pranayama for your abdomen. So that's Kapalbhati. Now we'll do Bahya Pranayama, which touches all three areas, which your area around your mouth, your abdomen, and then the bottom also. Bahya Pranayama is very effective pranayama. You cannot go wrong in it. All you have to do is you have to exhale completely first, exhale out completely. After you exhale out, you have to maintain the post-exhale state with 3 bandhas or contractions. You have to bring your chin down, contract your throat muscles while you are maintaining the post-exhale state. You have to contract your abdomen muscles, and then you have to contract your bottom muscles. Muladhara. So all three bandhas together, and you are maintaining the post-exhale state. So you have to first exhale and then maintain the post-exhale state with 3 contractions. And then when you want to inhale, when you think you are done, that time you can start rapid expansion and contraction of your abdominal muscles called Agnisar Kriya. And then when you want to inhale again, bring your head back to normal, release all the contractions, and then inhale through nostrils again. This is how it is done. So if you cannot do all the pranayam, just do this alone and do it very effectively. Challenge your threshold. It will produce immense results. Very effective and very convenient also. You cannot go wrong in this. Technique is very simple in this pranayam. Next one is Ujjayi pranayam. In Ujjayi pranayam, you inhale with full intensity through nostrils and exhale very slowly without making any sound through left nostril. When you inhale, you have to inhale like as if sometimes you have heard kids making sound in excitement. That's the sound you have to naturally make while you are inhaling by contracting your throat muscles immensely, like this. Sheetkari pranayam, very effective pranayam, renders coolness to body. Sometimes you get in a situation where your meals are getting delayed. Just practice Sheetkari pranayam and it will ensure that acidity and acid reflux doesn't happen. Very simple, just get a big smile on your face, keeping teeth and jaws tightly together and inhale through mouth as much as you can. After you inhale, close your mouth and then hold the breath for a comfortable duration like this. Next one is Shikli pranayam. Similar technique where you have to inhale through mouth and hold the breath for a comfortable duration. Just how you inhale is slightly different. So you have to stretch your tongue outside your mouth, hold the sides of the tongue, make a pipe-like shape from your tongue, and then inhale through the pipe-shaped tongue. After you inhale, close your mouth and then hold the breath for a comfortable duration. When you want to exhale, exhale through nostrils again, like this. Sikli is also beautiful pranayama to remove stress, remove acidity. Amazing pranayama, very simple to perform and very effective and produces many benefits. Next one is called Bhramari pranayama. You have to block your ears with your thumb, press your index finger on your forehead, close your eyes with the long finger, last two fingers around nostrils. Inhale as much as you can through nostrils. After you inhale, leave a little passage, make B-like sound. And when you make B-like sound, slow exhale also happens. Next one is called Lavani pranayama. Very simple, very effective pranayama for any complications around your neck and throat. It forms your respiratory system, improves functioning of areas around your neck, mouth, and chest. All you have to do is inhale through nostrils as much as you can, and then bring your chin down, and then hold the breath for a comfortable duration. Once you are done, release the contraction, bring your head back to normal, and then exhale through nostrils again. So like this. Last pranayama, Sukhpurva pranayama. Block your left nostril, inhale through right in 12 slow counts. After inhale through right in 12 slow counts, close both the nostrils and hold for 48 counts. When you want to exhale, exhale through left. So first time, you are inhaling through right, then closing both and exhaling through left. Then you repeat the same thing by inhaling through left, closing both, and then exhaling through right. And the ratio is 1:4:2. So 12 slow counts to inhale, 48 slow counts to hold, and 24 slow counts to exhale. Now repeat the same for other side. Block your right nostril and inhale through left. I'll pause here if anybody has any questions here on any aspect of the asana or pranayama we did. Anybody wants to cover any specific asana or pranayama? Okay, I think we seem to be doing very well. We'll start talking about Bhagavad Gita, and my request to all of you is that if you can make it a real satsang, please do share your views on the topic we discussed today. And some of you are very new. This is your first session, so we'll try to cover Bhagavad Gita holistically today. And when we talk about Bhagavad Gita, it is sort of a guide for mind. When we do asana, pranayama, that's for body. But how do we cruise through the challenges in life? Life is an enjoyment. It's an opportunity. And sometimes we just miss the opportunity to be happy. Our objective in life is nothing else than being happy. chapter 5 of Bhagavad Gita says, Shaknoti hevaya surum tak sharir vimokshanat kama krodha bhavavega sa yukta sa sukhinara. Before I liberate this body, my soul gets liberated and I leave this body. I want to be in a situation where I
Anant Vimalji is muted. Can't hear.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can hear. All right.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, in order to ensure that we always remain happy, Bhagavad Gita describes many paths. Now, the bottom line is very clear that any of the paths we choose is to gain happiness. And a path can be science of yoga, where I follow the Ashtanga yoga technique, where I do yam, niyam, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyan, samadhi. That is one path. And Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 elaborates a lot on this aspect of yoga, which is Atma Sanyam yoga through Ashtanga yoga. Yukta ahar viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavati dukha. So this yoga, tam vidya dukha yogam, viyogam yoga sangitam, the science of yoga, it takes you away from all the pains in life. So that is practiced by maintaining a very balanced life, right? Be balanced in your eating habits, sleeping habits, working habits, everything else, complete balance. That's science of yoga. Then there is yoga of knowledge, Jnana yoga, which is Dehino Smanyatha Dehi Komaram Yoganam Jara Tatha Dehantar Prapti Dhiras Tattanam Yati. Your journey is all pre-decided. We all have to go through childhood, youth, middle age, old age, and when the body is very old, like a old cloth, we just pass away the body and then move into a new body. Vasanti jinani yatha vihai navani ganati naroparani tatha sharirani vihai jinani anyani sanyati navani dehi. So this is life. Birth and death, they are cyclic. And during this cyclic journey, I get through so many experiences in life. It is my journey where there is a start and there is an end. The train is going to stop. It is just an opportunity for me while I am traveling in this train or I'm living this life. I just enjoy every moment. And that's Jnana Yoga. Nothing is in my control. I am just a puppet in hands of Almighty God's destined path. That's Jnana Yoga. Then Karma Yoga. In Karma Yoga, I think I have a body. I can move my hands. I can do what I want to do. I have different choices which I make. And that makes me give a feeling that I have a right to contribute my actions. But then, am I using my right appropriately? The words in chapter 2 is karmanye vadhikaraste. It is your authority, it is your right to perform work. So You have that authority. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. But you don't have authority to be result oriented. Be action oriented, not result oriented. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karmi phal hetu bhuma ma te sango svakarmani. There's two parts to it. One is you should not be focused on result. And ma sambodhava akarmani. Akarmani means your attachment towards not doing. And sometimes we get into a situation there are certain things we don't want to do. So that's akarmani. So one should not be particular about this type of work or that type of work, right? We always say these beautiful words from Vedas, Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Everything is perfect. This is perfect, that is perfect. What goes out of perfect is perfect. What comes back from perfection is also perfect. So thinking that this is all cosmos, this is all perfection. It is only that mind is trying to have choices that instead of this I am having that, but they are both same. You do this or you do that, it still falls into category of work. You eat this, you eat that, but still it falls in category of food, right? So it all at abstract level is same, and that's why we say that do it in a manner, eat it in a manner, which is what ancient wisdom prescribes. When we talk about doing, we say do it with detachment. When we talk about eating, we say right? I should eat food which gives me ayu arogya, right? Which age, freedom from diseases, intelligence, right? Sattva, intelligence, right? So that is the food, and that food is food which is bland, which is stable, which is juicy, which is with lot of ghee. So that's what chapter 17 of Bhagavad Gita says. So it is very important that we follow the sattvic path everywhere. There is everything you do has a three-mode characteristics. You can do work which is totally detached, which is sattvic karma. You can do work which is very passionate, greed-oriented, competing with each other, being manipulative to achieve your objectives. That is sattvic. And then you can also, that is rastic. And then you can also do work which is completely tamasic, which is you are ignorant and you inflict pain on others, you inflict misery on others just to meet your outcome. And your actions are causing a lot of pain and misery to others. So that is tamasic work. So everything in life you can always categorize into three modes. And the intent of life should be to always be around sattvic, because the sattvic path is what makes you a stable person. Prajahati yada kaman sarvam parthmano gatan atmanevahi atmana atmana, right? So you are just away from everything. Dukeshu nignamana dukeshu vitaraga bhayasudha sthita dhirma niruchyate, right? So you are not averse to pains, you are not longing for pleasures. Vitaraga bhayasudha, you are just away from worldly matters, fear, anger. That makes you a stable person. You enjoy life most when you are a stable person. So that's sort of these three paths, which is science of yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, which takes you to being a very stable person. And then there is one more path of yoga, which is called devotional yoga. Mirabai devoted her life to Krishna devotion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So many saints have given us this path of devotion, where devotion is deep love for the superpower. And that deep love means we are not standing in front of a statue and asking for some help or some material objectives which we want God to bless us with. This is pure devotion. Anapeksha, Shuchir Daksha, Udasina Gathavyata, Sarvarambha Parityagi Yomadhutame Priya. Lord Krishna says in chapter 12, the true devotee that is dear to me is the one who is anapeksha, without desire. Shuchir, externally, internally pure. Daksha, skilled. Udasina Gatavyata, he is away from all the material world, right? He lives in his own pure devotional world. Sarvarambha Parityagi Yomadhutame Priya. Adveshta for Bhutana, Maitra Karuna Evacha. He is like, he doesn't have enmity towards anyone. Maitra Karuna Evacha. He is kind, he is friendly. That is definition of my devotee. Yo na rishyati na dveshti na shochati na kamshati. Subhashubhu Parityagi Yo Madhukta Same Priya. One who doesn't get overjoyed or get into depression. Na shochati na kamshati. Neither become sad nor desires anything. Subhashubhu Parityagi. He is pious and evil outcomes or evil, both are not material to him. He is away from both of them. Shubha, Ashubha. That is the definition of my devotee. So that's devotional path, yoga. We follow any of these paths based on our understanding of life, our experiences, the easy way which we can practice one of them. All of them will take you to the top of mountain. Just pick up one path. Keep guiding your mind every day, every time you get into a situation which is a challenging situation, that I am a karma yogi, I am a jnana yogi, I am a devotional yogi, I am a sankhya yogi, I am a ashtanga yogi. I just stay on my path, and every day I do the same thing. With that, I'll pause here, and I really look forward to hearing your views. It has to be both ways. So please make it a good satsang and then share your views.
Thanks so much, Vimalji, for doing a yoga session online. I got some of my close friends in India also to participate today, thanks to your effort and the rain that made this session online. You said beautifully about so many paths leading to our happiness and understanding of life itself. So, with your permission, we will use this recording on our website, highlifejourney.org, so that people who are doing self-inquiry to get better health for themselves, to take care of heart disease, they might be inspired to practice pranayama and learn how they can delve deeper into the subconscious, understand why our mind does what it does, and come to peace and happiness with themselves so that they can take better care of their health.
Very good. Yeah, very well said. Thank you, Anandji.
So no budgets today. No budgets today.
Yeah, bhajan. We'll just conclude with bhajan. We just paused to get Bhagavad Gita views if anybody is interested in sharing their views. Once we are done, we'll just pick up one kirtan and you can all unmute yourself, and then I'll say one line from here and you can repeat the same line at your respective ends.
Okay.
Any other views before we just pick up one kirtan?
I think I very much like the way you said you can reach God by being a karma yogi, or you can reach God by being devotional path. I mean, there are different ways by which you can reach God, and there is something very good to learn and to practice. Yeah, and I like that. I like that what you said. Not anything new, but something.
Yeah. Any other comments? Please share your thoughts.
Sir, this is Tyagarajan. It was really good, really very useful. One small feedback, some of the asanas when you're doing, if you do it in the side way, then it will be clear for people to see how it is really has to be done. That's only feedback.
Sure.
If you go
Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you go to Vimalji's website, he teaches it and then he does it sideways. So that's how he does normally in his website.
Okay, all right. Let me check it out.
Tyaga is my friend for last 20, 30 years. Tyaga, thanks for joining us. And he is the person behind High Life Journey to make it available for everyone in the US and in India so that they can self-monitor their health. Thanks, Tyaga, once again for doing what you do. And Tyaga always talks about really finding happiness. I'm sure this yoga session and Vimalji's Bhagavad Gita discourse is also about finding that happiness. Any thoughts you want to share, Tyaga, about that?
Yeah, I mean, it is what people are missing. So I think this is really helpful especially at this time, COVID time. We have the time, we are at home, and we should rediscover ourselves during this time. So it was perfect, and I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Tyaga.
Thank
Vimalji,
you for
we can see
sharing
your
your
video.
feedback.
Maybe you can turn your video back on. We are only hearing your voice.
Okay, let me try to turn the video on. Just give me 1 second.
Baca.